Wow. Okay. Libra, two sword cards. Your particular suit, because the swords represents the air signs. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. All right, my friends. You all are working on some new ideas. You're getting inspiration for new thinking, new ways to be. I feel like you're amping up yourselves, your story, your message to the world. You're being very deliberate. And I encourage you to do so. You know, as a Libra myself, I know how it goes. You know, sometimes we want to be kind to others, and yet there's some big decision making coming for a lot of you. Now, this is for Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. If these messages don't resonate with you, then always watch your Rising and Moon anyway. I'm getting some of those messages, but this is very deliberate to where it's talking about the Queen of Swords, and that would be, again, probably you all. She exudes determination. She exudes deliberate action. She's analytical. She's can cut through the BS. You know, she's an air sign. She thinks a lot. She's analytical. I just feel like with these two coming up, that this particular, what the universe is giving to you, this angelic blessing of new ways of thinking, is going to make you feel like this queen. For some of you, it is, and it's a much needed feeling for a lot of you. It's like, all right, I'm sitting in my power. I'm sitting on my throne, right? So the last 2 weeks of November might be a time when you're starting to really feel your feet on the ground. I know this is air sign, but you know, we have to have our feet on the ground to really accept who and what it is that we need to go forward with. All right. So some of you may be making changes in personal relationships, friendships, and you're wanting to move forward with your ideas. And some of these may be some ideas that you've had for a long time, but you're ready to take them on. You're ready to move them forward. If you've been hesitant, now's not the time to be hesitant any longer, Libra. Now's the time to come out of your box, come out of your, step out of your box and move forward, quite honestly. All right, the first part of, all these cards have similar colors, don't they? The first part of December, we have the Knight of Cups and the High Priestess. All very light blues and yellows. So, it's interesting to me noting that this mid-month to mid-month for you all is for your own self, not feeling fiery, but feeling very deliberate. Very intuitive. This is the High Priestess. She's the most psychic woman in the deck. There's 78 cards. She exudes intuition. She exudes understanding the cycles of life, and yet she knows within herself it's all good. It's all going to work out. She knows that there's the ebbs and the flows of life, and she gets it. She also represents hidden agendas or deception. So I feel like you all, your psychic intuition, your third eye, if you're empathic, whatever it is you have is going to be on high alert, or up high by the mid part of December. This Knight of Cups has been coming up some. So the Knight of Cups represents the water signs. It can, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. It could be that this person offers you a proposal. It could be a new job. It could be an offer of employment. It could be an offer of love. Your relationships may seem like they're getting better. Was it you I just said a minute ago that you're letting go of relationships? It might be that way too. It might be that you're letting go of relationships that don't serve your purpose, and it might be the ones that you're really not involved with, but well, deeply involved with, and it means something to you, that it feels like this is the card that's saying that love may be deepened even more. All right. It's interesting how she's so intuitive, and then the cups represent intuition. So this first 2 weeks of December really talk about your emotions, your intuition, your right brain activity. Let's see what the transition card is. Okay, well now we have the fire. I was like, none of this is fiery. Well, a fire transition card comes up, and this is the 5 of Wands, and this it can represent, the fire signs, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. This card may represent that, you and others have had different opinions and ideas. And it could be a caution card just to make sure that you are sitting on your Libra throne, that you stay with what you know is true to you amongst other stuff that's going on in your life, other opinions, if you're work for a company, organizations, your own business. It feels like there's some fiery passion around what other people want and what you want. It's not bad. The 5 of Wands, I think, gets a bad rap. It's a little bit of jousting and that sort of thing. So it's not a bad card. She's like, no, here's what I think, and just kind of a playful, fiery passion. Interesting. I'm going to look in the crystal. I'm going to look in the small one first and see what particular color comes up for your chakra. I saw green right off the bat. So paying attention to your heart chakra, what you love, who you love, your physical body, getting enough exercise, but not too much exercise, drinking water. For some of you, it will either be losing weight, and then I heard gaining weight. Some of you may be really... Now, this would go kind of against the Jupiter that's been in your first house, because Jupiter usually makes us gain weight. It can, because it expands everything, even our waistline, and it's been in your first house. So maybe you're thinking about changing your dietary, your diet, what you're eating. You may go from fast food to, okay, now I need more vegetables, possibly more juices, but not too much juices, because it turns into sugar. Again, the green comes up big time. So taking care of your physical body, taking care of your circulatory system. This green, this is a labradorite, and represents the heart chakra. So if any of you all have a green stone, it doesn't have to be labradorite. It can be green calcite. There's a lot of green stones. So I'm going to look into the other crystal for messages. It's this big honker here. It's a smoky quartz, BTW, by the way. Yeah, I see you mingling with people. There's going to be lots of people in your life. And of course, in the United States, we have Thanksgiving coming up. But I feel like it's even more than Thanksgiving, because I'm seeing 2 groups of people. So one meaning, okay, y'all may be family, friends, but also interacting with others quite a bit. It could be friends, it could be business, though, as well. I see how there's relationships that are being formed within one of these groups. You're forming new allies, you're forming new groups. I said earlier that you all may be moving into a transformation of new friendships. This might be a time for you to really be open to others and others' different way of thinking. It might be a spiritual jump, and that you felt like, oh wow, that's a lot, that's deep. But you may be ready to take it on more than you know. We could do things in baby steps. We don't have to jump right in. Or at least jump in, but don't feel like you have to do everything at one time. Okay, Libra, let's see if there's any other message from this particular crystal. What is that image there? Pets. Pets are important. Pay attention to your pets and their health as well, because they're an indication of, how you feel is how they feel, and they'll let you know. There is some golden amber. Amber represents the third chakra. The third chakra is feeling your inner power. It's also where our emotions are stored. So sometimes, you can, if you have this is a citrine, you can lie down, put this on your stomach area, and it just helps feel more calm. It feels digestion feels good. It can help with that. It can help with that. Okay, so I'm going to add up the cards, dear Libra, and see what we have. We have 1. Well, we have some 1s because all the court cards and the aces are 1s. 1, 2, 3. And then we have 3, 4, 5. 5 and 5 is 10. You guys are very easy. We're not going into the 56s, So, 10, 1 and 0 in numerology is 1. 1 has to do with the I am. I can do it. If you're going into a personal 1 year, you're going to be confident, very, very confident, and take on some new projects or change something in your life because you've just completed a 9 year. So if you want a reading, I mix numerology and tarot together. So we can talk about that. But 1 is very confident, courageous, ready to take on, like I said. And the 10 in the tarot is the Wheel of Fortune, is it not? I know it is. It is. So, go Libra. That's all I can say. The karmic wheels of fortune are in your favor. It's not been easy. It never really is, because we learn and grow from the down periods in life. This is a very auspicious card. So things may be going your way, plans coming together. Be yourself, be who you are. Like I said, it's the karmic wheels of fortune that are moving in your favor.